All right, so just a reminder, what is your first and last name?
Ronald Chapman.
Perfect, what is yours?
Dr. Thomas Sachy.
Nice. So it lasted from May 1st to May 11th. How has this journey been?
A lot shorter than expected. I think that we expected this trial to go 3 weeks, maybe a month by the time the prosecution got through their case and we were able to present a defense. But thankfully the judge made the right decision just before the government finished their case, and Dr. Sachy's out now. He's free.
And what are some key things you think I should mention to viewers about this case as I'm telling the story later today?
I think we've got to go all the way back to 2018 when Dr. Sachy was raided. He was accused of some very horrible things, including the death of 2 patients, including unlawfully distributing opiates, engaging in a conspiracy. And while he did ultimately plead guilty to 1 prescription and 1 single issue related to that case, the allegations were just wholly unfounded, in my opinion. And I think with respect to the judge's decision, the patient death counts were unfounded as well.
And those were just some of the things that you kind of pointed out during the case to prove his innocence?
Yeah, this really came about when it came time for the prosecution to try to prove that the drug levels that the patients had were of a lethal level. They put Stacey Hale, a toxicologist, on the stand, but the one thing the government didn't properly do was lay a foundation for those test results. They couldn't bring the witnesses in to be able to show that the levels inside the blood were lethal. As a result of that, the charges couldn't go forward and they were dismissed.
So going back, for viewers who may not remember, how many charges were there and what were they?
Well, we had 1 charge of conspiracy. We had 2 charges related to patient deaths, 1 distribution charge related to another patient, and then we had money laundering as well as maintaining a drug-involved premises as well.
Thank you. Turn it to Mr. Sachy here. Going back to 2018, that's when they first raided your office. What was kind of going through your mind?
At that time,
Yes, sir.
well, like the world was coming to an end. It was an unbelievably difficult day for me, my family, my 80-year-old mother, my wife-to-be, my son, my family, my patients. There was 1 patient who was there that day, that morning, and it was very traumatic. Machine guns, laser sights. One of my staff was there with her young 11-year-old daughter, guns pointed. It was very difficult.
And since that point, what has life been like for you?
Well, it's been a constant battle and fight to fight all the charges that my attorney just talked about, overwhelmed, and of course leading with 2 counts of death. But the judge came to realize what I always knew, that I was not responsible for any patient deaths.
And the past 5 years, everything just kind of took some time to go about. Did you ever think, like, this is a lot for me?
Oh yes, I think for some people this would be so overwhelming they might not be able to survive it. Luckily, with my wife, family, and the help of an excellent attorney, I have.
And so now what happens for you? What's the next steps?
Well, you know, I've pleaded guilty to 1 count and I have turned over my medical license, but there's a story yet to tell, and in some way I'm going to help people like I always have. I won't be able to practice medicine for a little while, but I'll find something.
Is there anything you think I should let viewers know or make sure I put in the story at all?
To all my patients who needed and still need their medication, I'm sorry I won't be able to help you. I hope someone else can. Don't give up hope. I know some of my patients, unfortunately, a few have committed suicide. Please, to the patients who are left, keep hanging on and hold on. Things will get better.
Camera 3.
I gotta
Yeah.
check to make sure
I like it.
here. So the two of you combined, what has it been like working with one another, getting this case together and presenting it to the judge?
That's where it gives me the chills. I genuinely love this man. We've been through some struggles, but I will tell you, of all of the cases I've tried and all of the people I've worked on behalf of, he's put in the work to be able to show me and the jury and the judge the truth behind this case. And I'm just proud to have had the opportunity to represent him and to represent what he stands for.
And ditto me. I didn't know Ron before this case. Of course, I was incarcerated for a while till my wife was able to find Ron. This is, in this kind of situation, there is no better attorney in the world than this man.
And the one single count that he pled guilty to, will he have to serve that time or no?
No, so the deal that was struck just this morning, the deal was reached. Within a half hour, Dr. Sachy had pled to that count and was sentenced by Judge Land to a sentence of time served. Dr. Sachy's already served 3 years in jail as a result of pretrial detention or pretrial confinement. He won't have to go and serve any time. As he stands right now, he's done with court.
And if I could say one more thing, my attorney is a great man. His partner, Megan Sutherland, as well. I owe a great deal to her. I thank you to her and to Ron.